We're just going to get into it since there's two questions there. There's two questions, one from Fresh and Fly, one from MSU Detroit fan, both on resting starters or playing starters moving forward. Since we do have it locked up, we're in the playoffs. We won the division, of course, and it's looking like we're going to be the number 3 seed. There is a possibility that we get that number 2 seed. So I do say, me personally, I would start the starters, see how the game goes. Because if we win, Dallas loses, and Philly loses, we still get the number 2 seed. Now, it is kind of far-fetched because Dallas is playing the Commanders, which, they played tough, and maybe the Commanders want to be a spoiler. They don't want to go out weak. If they do lose, they do get a good draft pick, though. So they might be tanking. And then, of course, Philly has the Giants. Philly did just lose to the Cardinals. So, anything can happen. It's any given Sunday. You just never know. No matter what, we need to go take care of business. And with the playoff implications, with seeding still in place, I would say definitely start the starters. I agree with MSU Detroit fan. And if the game is going well for us, if we're up, I would say even 2 scores at half, maybe bring in Teddy, let him get one last little half game at least before he retires against the team that drafted him, and see if he can go out there and do some work against them. And that's another thing. So a lot of people want Hooker to play if Goff rests. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that they would give it to Teddy just because he's retiring after this season. He's already made it clear, and he's playing against the team that drafted him, like I said. I think that they would give it to Teddy over Hooker. Maybe play Teddy for a quarter, maybe play Hendon Hooker for a quarter. That's how I see them going with it. I would personally like to see Hendon Hooker get some snaps if they are going to rest JG. But like you said, I think Goff's going to want to go. And I think that we should play the starters for just a little bit, if not the whole game. Protect them. But we got to keep this train rolling. We got to keep it rolling. But that's just how I feel going into this game. I would personally start everybody. Maybe not JMO. JMO is day-to-day, for those of you who are wondering. He did not play the rest of the game after he had that little ankle tweak against Dallas. But JMO's day-to-day. He's going to be fine for the playoffs, is what Dan Campbell's saying. But I would personally rest JMO. Other than that, anybody who's banged up, anybody who's questionable, who needs a rest week, maybe let them. But anybody who's ready to go, Goff, get him out there. The running backs, yes. Amon-Ra St. Brown, yes. The offensive line, yes. We need to at least start them. We need to have that momentum going forward. We can't stall now. We can't put on the brakes. I know we want to be healthy going into the playoffs, and hopefully we are, but we cannot put on the brakes. You got to play aggressive. You got to play for that number 2 seed because you never know what happens, like I said. That's just how I feel about it. How do you guys feel about it? Do you think that we should start all the starters? Do you think they should come out at any point of the game? Or do you think they should play the whole game? If it's a close game, let them play the whole game, like I said. But I feel like if they're up a few scores, bring in some of the backups, rest some of the starters. Let's go into the playoffs healthy, but start the starters. How do you guys feel?